Hi traders, so what are we looking at on this gold trade over here? I've got the daily, the 4 hour and the 1 hour. I've got the open prices all correlated. How should we be placing the target on gold? And I'm also going to be looking at all the other instruments on S&P, Brent oil and the euro dollar as well. This and more on this trading video. Hi traders, thank you for joining the Master the Markets team in our live trading session video today and supporting us in our mission to spread the truth of trading and help you achieve consistent performance. It is Stu Naupan here, founder of Master the Markets, Elite Traders Conference and the Traders Open Day. So here we are traders on today's live trading session video. I am going to be looking at why we are analyzing all these trades based on the stretch and the BRO principle, which I've talked about from before. And specifically, I'm going to be taking a look, at the range or the OE. Okay, how do you set a target based on the range or the open equity principle? Okay, so I'm going to be taking a bit more further look into that. So that's what I'm going to be taking a look at in today's live trading session video. So let's go and delve a bit deeper into that, okay? And let me correlate that into current market, what's happening. So what I've done over here right now is I've correlated the open price of today, which is on the daily time frame on gold, and I have then correlated that onto the 4 hour and the 1 hour time frame traders, okay? So when I've done that, I also put the vertical line to say that that's the day from today that started, which is correlated all that onto the 4 hour and the 1 hour time frame. Okay, so we've got all of that in. So from this point onwards on the vertical line is what is today on the 4 hour chart and from the 1 hour chart as well. Okay, so that's what I'm looking at.
If you're enjoying this video, go ahead and smash that like icon. If you haven't joined our channel yet, click on the subscribe button and hit the bell icon so that you get notifications immediately when we post up quality content like this, and especially to get our live trading updates sent directly to your phone.
In terms of trend correlation, I'll quickly take a look at that. In terms of daily, that's in an uptrend at the moment. And in terms of the 4 hour, is looking on the downside. And in terms of the 1 hour, it is currently just taking out that high slowly up and taking out this high and it's on the upside. Okay, that's what we got at the moment. Now, before I come on to how do we calculate the range of the open equity, let me just do a quick trend correlation. The S&P have done pretty much the same thing over here as well, traders. And over here, Brent oil have done the same thing over here. And euro dollar have done the same thing, right? So now let's go on to the second step in terms of taking a look at where the probability of the range can form. So over here, when I hover my mouse, I know that the average range, I'm reading it from here. So over here, when I move my mouse on the previous bar, which is yesterday's bar, the average range is about 27.64. Okay, right, points. Right, so now let's take a look where the probability is going to be formed. So you see what I've got here on the 1 hour time frame. Let me enlarge that now. Now on the 1 hour time frame after this blue line here, what I can then see traders is you find out how much it has formed to the highest point of today from the opening price, and also find out how much it has formed from the opening price to the low as well. Okay, then we can put those two numbers and we can see what the probability of it forming its ranges as of today. Okay, and then we can correlate that to the trend. So for example, if I were to do that here, so roughly what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be doing that on TradingView platform. You can see that's about 11.05, which it has formed, right? So let me just type that in here. So 11.05 to the upside. So I'll just put that as green. Okay. And in terms of to the downside, that in orange here. And how much is that? So let me just find that. So from the open all the way to the bottom, that's about -3, is it not, traders? Yeah. So -3 is what we got. So I'll just put 3 and that's it. Okay, so there we go. So today's range, it has made total of 14 from the high to the low, 11.05 plus 3, that's 14. And how is that 14 broken down in terms of relation to the open price? To the upside, open to the upside is 11.05, and to the downside it is 3. Okay. So as of now, if it were to form its range, it's actually formed, the range that is formed right now is 14, but the average range, as I said, is 27. Now, if it were to form it to the downside in gold over here, then what it's got to do is, if it's got to form it to the downside, so this, if this becomes the stretch, it's got to do at least 12 points to the downside. So from the open, is it not? Now, so to form this range, it's got to do 16 points to the downside. Okay, so it can still, this can become the stretch to the upside still, and the BRO can still form to the downside. But if it continues on from here, then all we need is an additional, how much would that be, traders? An additional, how much would that be from the open we need? If this remains as a stretch 3. So then all we need is 24 points to the upside, 24 minus the 11, so we need more. 13 points to the upside, is it not? Yeah. So then what we will then have, 13 plus 11, 24, 24 plus 3, 27, which will give us our average true range. Okay. But how do I see where the probability is as of now to where it will form its BRO? The first clue I get, I'll just use the MT4 platform, is I will take a look at the stretch indicator which I got on MT4. It's taken out its upper stretch range to the upside. So that's my first clue. The second clue is its confirmation bar towards the upside. That's my second tick point. And then my third tick point is, my third checklist is, I take a look at the trends. Okay, if I were to take a look at the trend, 1 hour is on the upside, daily is on the upside, bottom to top move as well on the daily. So I will, everything is aligning, so I will tend to take a look at more towards this on the upside as of now. Okay.
For those of you who are unsure of any of the terminology or the concepts in this video, watch our free Trader Starter Pack 5-day video course as shown in Empire Cinema. It is educational, entertaining, and covers basics and advanced content with cross-transferable principles for trading and investments. It pertains to both beginners and intermediate traders, all dedicated towards helping you achieve consistent performance. Go ahead and register for it on the link below.
So I'll take a look at an entry on the close of this bar towards the upside. So that's how I analyze it in terms of looking the stretch and the range and the open equity principle. Because this is all correlating, I will take a look at it from the range to form its range of 27 points. And as of now, I'll take it to the upside. Okay, stop loss for the low here is what we'll be looking at. Okay, if you want a bit more tighter stop loss, we can take it a look at over here. So putting it all together, let me just put it all on the screen for you, and I'll quickly have a glance on how I do the same analysis onto the other instruments as well. So in terms of the blue, let me do that. In terms of the line, that will be my entry point. My stop loss is a tighter stop loss would be over here. Okay, and in terms of the um, range formation towards the upside, if I start from here, I just need to take 27 points. Usually we do 80%. 27.02 is 27.02, isn't it? Is what we are looking at. 27.02. So if I were to do that, I can move it up to about here from the low, so roughly about there. And that's my green point. Let me just double check that very quickly. So 27 points, yeah, about there roughly. Okay, so that's what I will be taking a look at in terms of gold as of now. Now going on to the S&P, if I do the same thing over here, I've got the VSA volume indicator over here correlated as well. Now if I were to do the same thing over here, which I'll be taking a look at in the next videos, so in terms of correlation, as of now, this is a downtrend on the 1 hour time frame, right? Top to bottom move. However, on the daily, what is this coming? Taking a look at, it looks like it's in terms of an uptrend, isn't it? Yeah, taken out this high, gone up a bit more higher, but it's taken out this low and it's come back down. So it's a bottom to top move at the moment towards maybe a turning point of a phase one. So it's not really that correlating. So probably just not one of my best looking traits in terms of correlation. But if I were to take a look in terms of again range or the open equity forming, what I would then take a look, traders, is that from this open, I would see that how much has it moved. So here it has moved 24 points, right? 24 points. So let me write that down here. 24 points here, right? Towards the upside, and towards the bottom, how much has it done? As of now, towards the low here, from the open price, right, which I've correlated here, minus 9.5. So I will just type that in into here as well. Minus 9.5. Just put 9.5. There we go. So it's done about 33.5. And if I were to take a look in terms of the average range from here, that is about 51 points. Okay, average range. So if you were to do it to the downside, it's got to do 25 points to make the top side the stretch. So let me see. So yeah, it can still do it to the downside if the upside were to become the stretch. So what it's got to do, so it's to make up 51, 51 minus 24, that will be 27 points to the downside it's got to do. And then this will become the BRO, and the earlier one will become the stretch. As I said, some of you are not very sure about what I'm talking about here. Please refer to the previous two videos that we've done on the stretch principle, on stretch and BRO, that you can take a look at. Okay, so that's on the S&P over here that I've taken a look at. Brent oil, you can do pretty much the same thing as well. And euro dollar, you can pretty much do the same thing as well. Let me just quickly do euro dollar here. How much is that? That is 30 pips to the upside, 15 to the downside from the open. Altogether, that's 45. Over here, the range is 80. So let me just quickly just write down those points here. That's 15 here. And in terms of the upside, that would be 30. Yeah, 30 to the upside from the open price. Okay, this is the powerful part about this kind of looking at the trade. Now, in terms of where the probability is, now to make that your range for today towards the downside, it's basically got to do 50 points to the downside, right? If it were to do that, or it's got to do 65 points to the upside. Okay, that means it's got to take out that high and form another 35 more pips to form its range if you were to go to the upside. Higher probability is towards the upside as of now, but it's just this is in a downtrend, counter trend, so I'll be reluctant on that. But another way to trade this is whenever we get the confirmation bar, usually on trades that are not correlating, what we would usually do here at Master the Markets is we would take a look at our statistics from the confirmation bar, how much open equity is left, how much move is left, and I would apply that table here, and I can see that 60 80% under be 5 pips left. So from here I'll take it to the 5 pips if I want to scalp trade, or if I see that there's a bit more move left in terms of correlations, then I can take it to 15 pips from there. Okay, in terms of open equity, of course I need to also find out how much you can move against me as well. As we go along, once we have taught you all the principles, then we will do live strategies in real time, and then you'll see how the results all come together as well. All right, traders, I guess I gave you a lot of information over here in terms of range or the open equity, how you correlate that into the stretch or the BRO principle, right? The last thing I also do want to mention is that remember that this range can either, usually what we want is the range forming through the BRO, the bigger range from the open, rather than forming through the stretch. Okay, so we usually want a bar that is forming like that, where the bigger range is what we are capturing in terms of correlation to a daily time frame. So that's what we want to be looking at. So you see this bar that's forming here, we wanted to do that, then we're catching the bigger range on the lower time frame rather than the range forming. It has done, let's say, 60 points here. To form its range, then it does another additional 5 points here to form its range of 65. We do not really want this kind of capturing range through that way. We want to capture the range through the BRO. Okay, it's much more easier that way. Right, a lot for you guys to think about. We covered about looking at in relation from the open price. We looked at how the range can form, and we also looked at open equity based trades that we can take a look when there's not much of a correlation available. Okay, right, traders, I guess that's pretty much that from me on this video. It took a bit long, but there's quite a lot for you to delve into and think about. But as we always say, you can use all these principles in your own strategy or in your current strategy, or follow something similar what professionals like us are doing. All right, traders, as we always say, till the next time, stay disciplined, follow your trading plan, and keep trading like a master.
If you want to get notified every time we put a video up, especially on our live trading update videos, hit the subscribe button and turn on the bell notifications icon. This will get the YouTube algos to kick in and for you to join us in our mission to spread the truth of trading further, so that traders like you can benefit from our videos to trade like a master, achieve consistent performance, and change lives.